Hello, friends, and everyone out there. You all are welcome to Ismatics, an online platform that has been designed to make mathematics very simple for you and to expose you to the basics of mathematics. In today's episode of our class, we will be discussing a very important thing, and that is the calculator tricks. Yes, the calculator tricks. I know many of you do not know that the scientific calculator has been designed in a way that it can even help you perform some mathematical problems that you feel are so difficult for you. Have you ever wondered the keys showing on your scientific calculator, what are they all meant for? Now, in this video, I'll be exposing you to some of those keys. I'll start with this episode of the exposure to the use of the scientific calculator and helping you know some of the things you do not know about the scientific calculator. Do you even know that the scientific calculator can help you solve some mathematical equations? Have you ever wondered why in most exams they tell you that the use of scientific calculator is not allowed? This is because the scientific calculator can help you perform some mathematical calculations. It can help you do some calculations, but you do not know how to make use of this calculator. Now, in this video, I'll be exposing you to how best you can make use of the calculator to be able to solve some mathematical problems, some mathematical equations. We have different types of equations: linear, simultaneous, quadratic equations, other polynomial equations. We also have some other things that you can see on the keys of the calculator that can be used in mathematics to perform some mathematical calculations. Now, listen very well. I have solved a quadratic equation here as it displays on the screen. And this quadratic equation solved here, I have applied one of the methods of solving a quadratic equation. If you have heard about quadratic equation before, you will know that we have different types of different methods of solving quadratic equation. We have the factorization method, we have completing the square method, we have the general quadratic formula method, and we can make use of graph to solve this. But here I have picked a quadratic equation where I applied factorization method to solve this quadratic equation. But when you have your calculator and it happens that this quadratic equation occurred on your objective question, you will be able to just impute the values, get your answer straight without undergoing the stress of solving it. This is what I'll be exposing you to in this video. Please just watch and see how we are going to make use of our calculator to solve the same quadratic equation that I solved here as it displays on the screen, and I was able to get those answers you are seeing there. I will solve with my calculator and still get the same answer. Watch the video. Alright, the first thing, you make sure that your calculator is on. When you on your calculator, you can see it is displaying here that my calculator is on. So when you on your calculator, you are going to click on the mode. That is, you want to solve a quadratic equation as we displayed on the screen here, which is x squared plus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. Now, what you are going to do, first thing you are going to do is click on mode. Look at mode here. Click on mode. It will open. Then mode has opened. You can see all the things that it displayed. From this type of calculator that I'm using, here it displayed MATH, which is math general calculations. This one is complex number calculations. This one is statistical and distribution calculations. This one is base number calculations. This one is number table. This one is metrics. This one is vectors. And as you keep going down, it now displays different equations. Yes, it has now displayed different equations for you to choose the one that conforms to the type of equation that you want to solve. But this is specifically for this kind of calculator that I'm using. For some other calculators that you are using, it may be Casio, it may be any other scientific calculator. You can, when you click on the mode, it will not show immediately all these equations as it is displaying on my own type of calculator. It will only show you from the first stage. It will be picking those in the mode. It will be picking all these items presented here. It will be picking them 3 in 3s. That is 1, 2, 3 will show. Then what do you do to see other ones? You click on mode again. When you click on mode again, you will still see it will display maybe another 3 sets of items or functions that it can perform. When it opens, then and you see that you must be sure for those type of calculators that are not the same as this which I am using here, you must be sure that it displayed EQN. Yes, which means equation. EQN. It must display that. That is, if you click on that mode from your own type of calculator and it doesn't display EQN, click on it again. Click on it again until you see where it displayed EQN. Then from some different types of calculator that I know, that point of EQN, it will list them in numerical orders. It will write the other one as 1, 2, 3. If it showed you that EQN maybe is number 3 as it is written under it, then what you are going to do is you go to your calculator, press 3. When you press 3, then it will now open that EQN. When it opens EQN, it will now display things as this which I am having here, ax squared plus bx plus c. You can see what it said here, that it is used for solving, that is solve polynomial degree 2. That is, it is used to solve a polynomial that has degree 2. This form that you are seeing here is the general form a quadratic equation appears. This one is a polynomial of order 3. This one is a polynomial of order 4, order 5, and so on. Now, it now depends on what you want to solve. You see another one here. This one displays simultaneous equation, but do not worry about that. When we get to that, we are going to talk about it very well. Now, what we are working with now is a quadratic equation. Yes, we are working with a quadratic equation which says that x squared plus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. And we want to solve this equation using our calculator and get the same solution we have gotten, which is minus 5 and 2. That's what we have gotten using one of the methods of solving quadratic equation, which is the factorization method, as I have displayed here on the screen. Now, wanting to make use of the calculator to solve it, you just come to this place that shows you the form that resembles that equation you have, which is the quadratic equation. You open it. Yes, when it opens, it displays a set. It displays stuff that appear in columns, in rows and columns. You can see here we have ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So as you have it here, now you come to this place where you have ax squared. This ax squared represents that point where you have x squared. And that x squared there, the x squared you have there, is having the a there is representing the number that will appear in front of that x squared. But in this case, we don't have any other number appearing in front of x squared. So the number that we have there is just 1, because even though we don't see it, but 1 is the only number in front of it, since we cannot see any other number in front of x squared. So this place we have ax squared. We come and we check for the numbers. Here we have 1. Here we have 1. So we are going to click on 1. When we click on 1, as the number being in front of ax squared, then when we click 1, we click on equality sign, that is equal to. We click 1, we click equal to. You can see after doing that the 1 goes into the column. It goes into that column where we have ax squared. Now the next thing, you go to the next part of the equation, which is we have x squared plus 3x. Now you go to that point of plus 3x, which appears in the form bx. So if 3x is in the form bx, that means that b there represents the plus 3 there. You understand? B represents plus 3. Of course, plus 3 and 3 are the same. You just come to this point. You come to this point, click on 3. You click on 3. When you click on 3, what is the next thing? You click on equal to. You click on the equality sign here. You click on equal to. When you click on equal to, you can see that 3 also goes into that point where you have bx. It goes into the point where you have bx. The next thing you do again, you go to c. We have filled these columns of ax squared and bx. Now remaining c. We go to c. At the point of c, c represents the constant variable. So at the point of c, we check our equation that we are trying to solve using this calculator. That point of c is being represented by the minus 10, which is there. Alright, so the minus 10, which is the constant there, represents this c, which displays at this point. Now having this, what we are going to do is we now write minus 10 on the screen and press our equal to, just as we did in others. Of course, I like using this minus that appears in brackets here instead of this minus appearing here for me. But I believe any of them you use, of course, any of them you use gives you the same answer. So I want to use the one inside the brackets. I want to use this minus here. I will click on the minus. What is the next thing? I will click on 1 and 0, which is 10. That is 1 and 0, which gives me 10. Now, having done that, what is the next thing? I will click on equality sign, which is equal to. I will click on equal to. When I click equal to, you see that the minus 10 goes into the column of C. This has completed all the things we have in our quadratic equation that we are trying to solve. What is the next thing we are going to do to get the solution to this? We have finished all the things we need to do. The next thing is we click equal to now. We click equal to. Having clicked equal to, you see that it has given us one of the answers, which is minus 5. Alright? It has given us one of the answers, which is minus 5. We want to get the second answer now. We also do what? We click equal to. Having clicked equal to, it also gives us the second answer, which is plus 2. Alright? It has given us the second answer, which is plus 2. And that completes the solving of our quadratic equation. And this goes very simple. You don't need to start cracking your head trying to solve the quadratic equation and all that. So when you are done solving your quadratic equation, what you are going to do is come to this point. For my calculator here, it is showing as AC. Some other calculators also have it. So if I click on delete, it will not do anything to it at this point. This AC I have here I want it to wipe out everything displaying there. Alright, so I will just click on this AC and everything wipes out. You can see that it now returns to where I was before. Now if I want it to still remove everything appearing here so that the columns appear blank, I'll still click on AC and everything, the column becomes blank. Now I am done with my solving. I don't need to perform any other thing. So I want to go back. I want to remove all these things appearing here, because if I click on AC again, it will not remove any longer. So what I'm going to do is I will go back to mode. Alright, I'll go back to mode. When I go back to mode, for this my type of calculator, I will see where it wrote general calculations, so I will click it. But for other calculators, it will not show as general calculations, which is that MATH. Like for this place, it showed as MATH, but for other calculators, it will not show this way. It may display as COMP, but just know that the first one that will appear, it can appear in numbers when you click your mode. If you click that mode, it can appear as usually as number 1. So you just press 1 for your own type of calculator. You press 1 and the mode returns back to original where it's supposed to be. Alright, this all about our quadratic equation. Alright, I believe you enjoyed the video that you just watched on how you can use your calculator, the simple calculator trick that you can apply to solve some mathematical equations and other mathematical problems that we'll be handling. Now we have just handled a quadratic equation. You can also give yourself other quadratic equation problems, use the same method, try solving it, and you see that the answer you are going to get there will be the same with the answer you are going to get when you follow the normal process of solving it. But instead of undergoing that stress, maybe you are in an examination where they permit you to make use of the calculator and you want to work with time. This is the best you are going to do and you can get your way through. But bear it in mind, please. This can only apply for objective questions. Yes, it can mostly apply for objective questions, because I believe that any mathematics examination that is theory based, that it needs you to solve and show how you got your answer. So that is about that. Please, for more videos that will be coming, we'll be showing how you can use this same calculator to solve simultaneous equations and other types of equations. Please keep subscribing to our channel, like our videos, and always drop your comments. Share it to your family, friends, and loved ones, please. And always, please, if you have not followed our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and on YouTube, please follow our page for more wonderful things you need to know are still coming your way. Until the next video, do have a wonderful moment. I love you all. Bye.